Guys, welcome to Java repository. In this video we are going to speak about how to process the data in Java, how to display that data, and many more things about data, what are variables and stuff. Without further ado, let's just dive into the video. I want to give you all a small little simple code example, but before even diving into the code, I want to share a thing with you all. So before declaring any kind of variable in Java, you have to specify the variable's data type. Now, what are data types? Okay, if someone asks me what is my name, I'll say my name is Ahana. What is my name is Ahana? It's a string. It's a string of characters. Basically, any English statement that you see is going to be a string in Java. So the data type is string. If someone asks me what is my age, I'll say 18. What is 18? 18 is integer. If someone asks me how much money do I own, I'll say 100 rupees point 50 paisa. Now what is 100.50? 100.50 is a decimal. Decimal are known as floats in Java. So float is the data type of that money represented. Uh, so this was the thing. Now let's just type a simple code. Okay, now we are in our online IDE. So let's just type a simple code. What did just happen here? So I have declared a variable called as x in which I have stored the value integer value 15. I have declared a variable called as y and I've stored integer value 10 into it. I want to store their sum, so I've declared a variable, again an integer variable called as sum and stored their sum. Let's just try to display this. Let's just try to execute it. I purposely make mistakes so that you learn from mistakes. Now what do you expect? You expect the sum to get printed in the console. Aha, what just happened? There's something called as sum printed. Okay, why did this happen? Whenever you write something in double quotes, it exactly gets printed into the console. And if you want to print the value of the variable, you don't have to use the double quotes. Basically, we don't even type like that. We type mix of things. So we even use strings and we even use our variables. So how do I write this in a more professional way? You just use mix and match, and let's just try to execute. Sum is 25. So my sum got printed. So whatever it's in double quotes sum is directly got printed here. And this is इसका value जो है that just got copied here. I want to teach you all with this. I call it with the help of RAM. So what is RAM? RAM is memory in our computer. So we'll cut this code and take it there. Take it on our whiteboard. Okay, this is our code. Okay, this is our code. What's happening? I'll draw something for you all. This is our program. On the right side, I am drawing a RAM. What is this? This is RAM. I call it as memory map. Okay. Okay. Now what's happening here? What did we store? 15. And this is x. Okay. This is y. And this is sum. I'll just basically change the color because I know it's confusing. And then What was stored in y? It is 10. What's stored in sum? It is 25. So this is what I called as memory map. It's always amazing to draw these because it just makes your complex sum a bit simpler. Now we would try to do some mathematics with this. Now I want to teach y'all some expressions of mathematics, which is basically divide. I'll just specify it here in comment. What is comment, do y'all remember? Which is ignored by the compiler. So x divide by, we'll be studying basically divide. We'll be studying some another different operator which is known as modulo. Just don't get overwhelmed, it's really easy. So let's just get started. Now I'll make three variables. One would be int v1, my first variable, let's just call v1, int v2 my second variable, int v3 my third variable. Here you have to guess the answers, okay? X divide by y. Here I'm going to do y divide by x. If this is your first time programming, I think you'll be wrong, but that's okay. That's how we learn, by doing mistakes, but just once. So x divide by y, y divide by x, x modulo y. Let's just try to print these. See how I can match these strings. Watch it carefully. Let's just try to execute this program and see the outputs. Surprising, v1's value is 1, v2's value is 0 and v3's value is 5. I think I expected x divided by y, which is 15 divided by 10, to be 1.5, but it's 1, it's not rounding off at all. Then I expected y divided by x, 10 divided by 15, to definitely not be 0, and x modulo y, I don't have any idea. Okay, so what's going on here? Carefully observe, x divided by y gave you the quotient and x modulo y gave you the remainder. So 15 divided by 10 will give you a quotient of 1. 10 divided by 15 will give you a quotient of 0. And last one was 15 modulo 10 will give you a remainder of 5. So this is something that I want to explain y'all. Now I want to speak about a really interesting thing that there's like I think half of the people don't know about this. I won't say half, but there's like probability of major of people, like everyone feels like uh, BODMAS is something that's followed when it comes to calculation, when it comes to like divide, when it comes to simplification of expressions in computer. So actually in computers we never use we never use BODMAS. There's something else going there. Just can y'all, in the normal world, what is x into y divided by x plus y? Can y'all calculate this? Where x is 10 and y is 15. This is 10 and this is 15. So 10 into 15 is 150. 150 divided by 25 is 6 basically. So the answer is 6. Let's just try to evaluate the answer in our code. Let's just try to print it. Okay. Okay, the answer was expected to be 6. Surprising. Okay. So it's clear that we don't use broad mass in computers. So basically, what do we use? What are the rules? Then, if there's no broad mass, what's present? There's thing called as precedence. What precedence is? I'll tell you all. So basically, plus minus have equal priority, and multiplication, division. Just try to erase it. Multiplication, division, and the remainder operator that we have seen before have equal precedence. And if both are present, like if there's an expression and there's plus minus both present there, then how do I decide what will go first? So everything in computer is from top to bottom and from left to right. So the expression will run from left to right. We'll just try to evaluate this according to the normal rules. So it is going to be, so it's going to be x into y. What is x into y? 10 into 15 is 150. Very good. 150 divided by x is 150 divided by 15 is 10. 10 plus y is 10 plus 10 is 20. So I got my computer wala answer. Now how do I convert? I don't want this as my answer, so I use brackets. I even if there's precedence involved and my answers are coming correct, I still prefer brackets because it's more readable and just it's so clear to you and someone who will be reading your code if he doesn't know precedence, so at least you have taken it care of. So we'll try to execute this now. We'll get the answer as 6. Yeah, so this was all about expressions that I want to speak with you all. Okay, now comes the revision part. So I've made some notes for you all. Let's just revise these notes. So first we'll do the recap. To declare a variable, you need to know its data type as well. What is data type? You all know that. When you declare a variable, say int x equals to 10, a location in computer RAM is named x equal to 10 and is stored in it. Divide gives you quotient and modulo gives you a remainder. Remember, there's no BOD mass in computer. We have a thing called as precedence in which multiplication, modulo and divide have a greater precedence than plus and minus. And if generally the equations are always expressions are always calculated from left to right, and if you want to override these you have to use parentheses. So there's no, we can't write 2 raised to x, so there's nothing called as 2. This is actually some other operator. It's called as bitwise operator. We'll study it afterwards. So this is not 2 raised to 3 at all. It won't give you 2. It's a XOR operator which we'll be studying afterwards. We use math.pow function. You can just research about it. Just try this code out and just meditate what happened. Just I want you all to try run this code. And this is a quiz question for you all. What is the output of the following code? I want you all to meditate on this. Okay. Back in 5, guys. Welcome back. So what is the output of the following code? A, there's a variable called as A. वहाँ पे I've put 10. There's variable called as B. वहाँ पे you put 20. This is not valid in real world mathematics, right? Like A equals to A plus B is like so absurd. But in computer, what happens, equal to sign is just, a feeling, just like a feeling. Always see this from right to left. Like always take your right hand from right to left. So what is basically equal to sign? It just gives you a feeling of right to left. ऐसे हमेशा करना. So what's happening is A plus B is 30. 30 is going into A. we'll just take this is your coding challenge for today, and you have to like really sincerely try this question and tell me the answer in the next video. I'll be helping you all. I'll give you the solution to this code or solution to this, MCQ in the next video, where I'll be really taking along you how to solve this question. If you don't get it, definitely I'm there, but definitely try this question. If you are not able to like retrieve something, just go on Google, try to learn stuff, and then just go. And it's a simple question. All the best. Meet you in the next video, guys. Bye.